Disclaimer: efforts have been made to not to infringe with any copyright. If so, it may be brought to our notice for its acknowledgement in future editions. No part of this digital content be reproduced, stored, or distributed in any or by any means either on paper or electronic media unless authorized. Digital content for candidate with disability. Sector: Agriculture and Allied. Subsector: Agriculture Allied Activity. Occupation: Beekeeping. Reference ID AGR slash Q5301. NSQF level 4. Unit 2: B Biology and Behavior. Unit 2.2. Hello friends, welcome to an exciting session on life cycle, colony organization and division of labor in honeybees. Topics covered in this video are: number 1, identify different developmental stages of honeybees. Number 2, describe differences in the drone, worker and queen bee. Number 3, understand honey and pollen storage behavior of honeybees. Number 4, understand division of work in honeybees. And number 5, identify various raw material generated by the bees during their life cycle. Development stages of honeybee. First stage, egg stage. Queen bee can lay both fertilized as well as unfertilized eggs. Fertilized eggs give rise to females, that is, worker or queen bee, whereas unfertilized eggs give rise to males, that is, drone bees. Morphologically, both types of eggs are similar. The eggs are purely white in color, elongated and slightly curved, with one end slightly weaker than the other one. Eggs are laid in the cells singly and vertically, with a thin end attached to the boom of the cell. The egg gradually incline to lay flat on the boom of the cell by the third day and hatches. Second stage, larval stage. After hatching, all the worker and drone larvae are fed on worker and drone jelly for 3 days, and thereafter on nectar and pollen, whereas the larva in the queen cell is continuously provided with royal jelly until 8th day, when the queen cells are further packed with royal jelly and are sealed. The caped royal larva continues to feed until it pupates. Initially, the larvae are loop-shaped, lying on the boom of the cell. But towards cell sapping, the fully grown larva stretches on their back in the cell, with head facing distal end of the cell. Larval stage lasts for 5 days. After the cell is sealed at the end of the 8th day and the cocoon has been spun at the end of the 9th day, the larva passes gradually and without molting into prepupa. The sealed worker brood cell sappings are almost flat, whereas cell caps of drone brood are raised dome shaped. Third stage, pupal stage. The fully grown larva spins a thin silicon cocoon around itself and undergoes gradual but drastic changes. At this stage, the head, thorax, and abdomen become clearly distinguishable. The compound eyes, legs, antenna, etc. are also clearly visible. Pupa is milky white initially and turns yellowish and finally brown. Drone pupa has large compound eyes meeting at the top of the head. Fourth stage, adult stage. After completion of pupal stage, it turns into adult bee, which emerges out of the comb cell by cutting the cell sap. Honeybee colonies have three types of bees. Number 1 queen, number 2 worker, number 3 drone. Difference between them have been shown in this chart. Life cycle and lifespan of different types of bees in Apis mellifera colony. The developmental stages of all three castes of honeybees are quite similar, but the time taken for development, sexual maturity, and also the lifespan of adult bees of different castes is variable. Organization of honeybee colony. Honeybees are highly social insects and live in a well organized having capabilities of multiplying. A colony of honeybees is composed of three castes: the queen, a few hundred drone, and thousands of worker bees which may be recognized based on their morphological differences. Queen bee is the only functional female which mates with more than one drone bees while in the flight. The drone bees that mate with the queen bee die afterwards. After mating, the semen is stored into sperm theca of the queen bee. Queen bee starts laying eggs 3-4 days after mating and never goes out of the hive again except during swarming. Role played by different honeybee. Different honeybees have different functions to perform. The queen, only functional female, and the mother of the colony, who can lay 1500 to 2000 eggs per day. The drone bees are the male bees and their only function is to mate with virgin queen bee. Worker bees are female bees with underdeveloped reproductive organs. For the first 3 weeks of their lives, worker bees perform indoor duties, whereas in the next 3 weeks of their lives, they perform outdoor duties. Age-dependent duties of worker bees are mentioned in this chart. Raw material generated. Honeybees at different age during their life cycle produce beeswax, bee venom, and royal jelly. Apart from these products, bees also collect nectar, pollen, and propolis from plants. In the next video, we will learn about the communication behavior of bees.